Hi, I'm Dana from Dana's Epic Adventures, and today I'm going to talk about coronavirus safety. Now, why are we talking about coronavirus safety? Well, I used to be an engineer and I used to work at Intel where they manufacture computer chips in Phoenix, Arizona. And in order to go into the manufacturing plant where they make the computer chips, you have to dress up in special clothing and follow all kinds of special protocol, all this stuff, because any particles in the manufacturing plant will make your computer chips not work. It will destroy the chips pretty much. So in order to go in the manufacturing plant, which is called a fab, you have to wear not just a mask, but you have to wear shoe covers. You have to wear a suit that goes like from your ankles to your head, a hood, a mask, gloves. Basically everything is covered, and you're wearing safety goggles. So all you can see, like the suit covers your whole body, but you can like see your eyes, but they're covered with safety glasses. So after having that experience, like wearing a mask and hand sanitizer is not like a big deal to me, because I've been in manufacturing plants for years, and that's just how it is. So there's still a lot that we don't know about coronavirus and how it spreads, but I'm going to go through what I do to keep myself safe. So before I leave the house, I put on a mask. Shout out to No Traffic, one of my favorite Miami bands, for this mask. So cool, so comfortable. So I put on a mask. I get hand sanitizer that fits in my pocket, and sanitizer spray. So I'm a food delivery driver for Shipt and other apps. And depending on where you go, sometimes other people might touch your phone, especially Amazon, or Myers. If you do Meyer prepaid, the cashier has to touch your phone. So now they've touched your phone, it's potentially contaminated. So you gotta spray it. There you go, and wipe it off, and boom, now it's clean again. Okay, oh, also before I leave the house, I bring 2 bottles of water. These are double insulated, keeps it cold for all day. When I went on my road trip, I also brought one of these, two of these actually. I drove to Michigan, and that way I could fill my water bottles up anytime I want. I didn't have to stop just because I needed water. And by the way, I do that anyways, not during a pandemic, because I don't want, like, oh, I'm thirsty to be the only reason I'm stopping. Okay. So, yeah, now with the coronavirus, a lot of places shut off their water fountains. It's hard to get water, and you could buy a drink at the store, but then you don't know, like, do you really want to be, like, opening a cap and drinking it in the store? Or I actually ran out of water once in Michigan, and I had to get, like, a can of sparkling water, and it was super awkward, like, drinking out of a can and you don't know who touched it. Whatever. Oh, always bring enough water. While you're out, anytime you think you touched something contaminated or gross, like if you're in the meat section and like you get blood all over, well, if that happens, I go to the bathroom and wash my hands. Anytime you touch a door handle, an elevator button, any kind of buttons that you might access to enter an apartment building, or a shopping cart handle, like when you're checking out and you have to swipe your debit card, and the buttons that you have to hit to enter your PIN number. Anytime you touch anything that somebody else might have touched, use your hand sanitizer. Anytime, when I first get into my car, after every time I go into a store, when I first get back into my car, sanitize my hands. After I do a delivery, sanitize my hands. There you go. Okay, now you're ready to go home. So you go home you walk in the door, and the first thing you do is wash your hands. And not just like a little bit of soap and water, okay, that's it. In manufacturing, in order to decontaminate, you have to wash your hands for 20 seconds. And there's actually a clock in front of the sink, and there's other people watching you. So if you try to wash your hands for less than 20 seconds, and that means like rubbing them together while there's soap on your hands, somebody will call you out and you'll have to go back and wash your hands again. So I just got used to like that's how you wash your hands, but people who have not been in manufacturing might never have had that experience. Okay, so we washed our hands. Anytime you want to take off your mask, you either wash your hands or you sanitize. The outside of the mask is contaminated with the outside world. The inside of the mask is contaminated with you, because you could infect other people and not know it. You could have the virus and be asymptomatic. So wash or sanitize your hands before taking your mask off. There you go, take your mask off. And take off all your clothes, throw them in the wash, and jump in the shower. And also important, wash your mask after the end of every day. Throw it in the wash, throw it in the laundry. I have like 7 masks. There you go. So sometimes when I was out shopping, I would come home for lunch. So I would go out shopping at the beginning of the day. I'd have my shirt and mask, and come home for lunch, sanitize my hands, take my mask off, take off all my clothes, put them in a separate area. I put on clean clothes and eat lunch in those clean clothes, and then before I go back out, I put my contaminated clothes back on. There you go. Well, when I come in for the end of the day, that's when I put all my clothes in the laundry. I put my mask in the laundry and hop in the shower. I have alcohol wipes to decontaminate my car at the end of every day. Just wipe down any surfaces. Car door handles, steering wheel, shifter knobs, radio buttons, turn signals, seat belt. Pretty much anytime you may have touched something contaminated outside of your car, and then you get inside of your car, anything you might have touched. If you ever go to a restaurant or grocery store that they're not following the rules, people aren't wearing masks, they're not social distancing, you can always leave and not go back, not pick up orders for that store anymore, or restaurant. I had a restaurant a few weeks ago where they're packed in like sardines, and they're really, really, really slow to get food out, and I was just like, nope, not coming back here. There was a store at the beginning of the pandemic where they were not, everyone was wearing masks, but they were not social distancing, and I just didn't go back there. And, after ending up in a place like that, you can always go home and decontaminate if that makes you feel safe. So you've seen me touch my face and my mask a few times throughout this video, and I'm not perfect, I'm human, but it's all about risk management. Don't overstress about being perfect every single time, because we're human. So just do the best you can do. It's all about risk management. Just the easiest way to think of it is just assume every single person and every single surface is contaminated with the virus, and act accordingly, and just do your best to avoid as much risk as possible. So if thousands of employees that work in the manufacturing plant can wear all that stuff, hood, shoe covers, suit, gloves, mask, eye goggles, in order to keep the computer chip safe, then you can wear a mask to keep other humans safe. And if people were not willing to dress like that to go inside the fab, then we just like wouldn't have technology because it doesn't work without computer chips. So there's a lot we don't know, but this is what I'm doing to keep myself safe, based on what I learned inside manufacturing plants. Have a good day and stay safe out there.